Hi, I'm Austin Henning, and I'm going to be talking about why the US was not justified in dropping the atomic bomb on Japan. So, the United States, of course, entered World War II as a response to Japan's attack on Pearl Harbor in Hawaii. And after the United States defeated the Axis powers in Europe, they still had the war going on with Japan. And Truman did not believe that Japan would surrender unconditionally, and he believed that the war would continue for a very long time if he did not do something drastic to end it. So, of course, the nuclear bomb was invented um, during World War II in the 1940s, and he wanted to use it to showcase its power, really. There had been tests done prior to this, but the world had never seen um, such a weapon with such magnitude of destruction used in war before. So the U.S. Settled on Hiroshima and Nagasaki after some deliberation over some other cities. This had to do with um, some cities being too much of a cultural center. Toward the end, they chose Hiroshima and Nagasaki, mostly due to more favorable weather, less cloudy skies, which actually, I believe over Hiroshima, it was still cloudy, but they believe that those two cities were, were so geographically dense that they would be able to showcase the true power of the nuclear bomb better than if they would bomb a military base, which would be more practical in warfare. But really, military bases are small enough that really any kind of bomb would destroy one um, during this time, or it could destroy. If it was a large enough bomb, obviously. Um, but these two cities were geographically dense. They had large populations, but the city itself was quite small, and so they dropped a bomb on each one of these cities. I believe 70,000 people died in Hiroshima, and I think a little bit less died in Nagasaki. Following this, about um, the same amount of people who died during the actual impact ended up dying from cancer and other illnesses due to the radiation poisoning. I don't believe that this was necessary because I don't think they were justified in doing it because it really had very little to do with actually ending the war, and I believe more to do with showcasing the power of the United States to the world stage for to protect against future attacks, whether it be Germany deciding to rise up against the United States again or what have you. These were quite industrial cities, but it was mostly a civilian population. So the U.S. Basically intentionally caused almost exclusively collateral damage with the number of innocent lives that were ended because of this. Um, Another thing that I have an issue with is the inconsistency of the U.S. government in how they can kill these innocent civilians, but yet Emperor Hirohito, who approved of the attacks on Pearl Harbor and was quite happy about it when he found out when the prime minister told him about it. He he ended up getting away scot free. He ended up dying in 1989. He stayed emperor until 1989, and the U.S. looked upon him favorably, basically from the end of the war until he died, just about, and just about until the 1990s. Um, but I mean, he was the prime minister was calling most of the shots, but the emperor was the true head of state during this time, and instead of hanging the emperor following the war, we're out, all of a sudden allies with them. And as a result, of course, which is a good thing, we're allies with Japan to this day. But it just amazes me that you could go and intentionally kill all of these innocent civilians, but let the people who were the ones truly in charge of killing U.S. lives, let them go without any repercussions whatsoever. So, thank you very much.